Ugh. Niggas took the cake with this one. When I tell you niggas took the cake with this one, they took the cake with this one.
I'll send this video out of Chicago, and when I read the title and what was the reasoning for the violence to jump off, it didn't really make any sense. And of course, these kind of videos really piss me off.
Damn.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit. Nah, for real.
You see that police car right there? Niggas is still shooting. It's a police car right there. Behind that dude. You see them lights?
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me. Get down, please. Joe, everybody get the fuck down. Please, everybody get the fuck down. Don't get up, please. Oh my God. Oh my God. These niggas still want to stand the fuck up. Get the fuck down. Yvonne, let's go. Let's go. Yvonne, let's go. Yvonne, can we go? I'm not finna get the fuck up. Get your fucking ass down.
These niggas shot up the club because this nigga wouldn't pay. He didn't check in. And y'all might not know who Jaquees is.
Now, this video was outside of a R&B concert. Now, R&B concerts usually won't have shootings. That's usually some old ratchet, hood rat type of concert where you have the shootings. So now the thugs are shooting up the R&B concerts. And the reasoning they're shooting up the concert is because the artist did not check in with the local thugs. Now let's talk about that checking in. This is something that black people like to do, or hood black people. Any music artists that come to their particular city, they have to check in. And if they do not check in, they're going to be a problem, possibly, at the concert if they didn't check in with the local thugs. Pay them a little money for protection, XYZ. But see, this is what I don't respect about the situation, because if you was truly that way about people checking in with a city that you don't own, in neighborhoods you don't own, okay, let's make sure I want to establish. Establish that. When Taylor Swift come to your city, does she check in?
Hell no.
Right? Or let's say Justin Bieber come to your city. Just mentioning him.
Man, Justin Bieber be saying the N-word and shit and all that shit. That nigga come, man, shit. Nobody have any problems, okay? Nobody. None of them people have any problem coming to any of these cities. Just your black ass niggas.
Do he have to check in with y'all? No.
Oh my God, just your black ass. You the only one. Hispanics, Asian, goddamn DC. We get all types of actors in DC. Let Cameron come down here. Let Chief Keef come down here. Let Lil Flip come down here. You did?
Oh, he don't have to check in. Who else? Adele. When Adele comes to Chicago, does she have to check in? No, she don't. She don't know nothing about you. But you're only doing it to black people. So you're willing to harm other black people for going to a concert that they want to enjoy. See, a lot of black people believe in Christianity. Unfortunately, a lot of you do. And it's not Christianity that's the issue. It's the slave master's version of Christianity that you believe in that's the problem.
See, you heard that girl praying? Ain't no atheist in the foxhole, man. No matter what you say about atheism or you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that. When them bullets start flying and you trapped in, in your car and shit, first thing you gonna do is start praying, man. Don't even worry about it. We just gonna let that be.
Even in the Bible, it teaches all won't be saved. Okay? Now, black people, you got to get in your head. A good portion of black people, we got to let them go. We have to separate from them. As much as you talk about separating.
Niggas can't do that, man. That take character and force of character and will, determination and shit. You know, forward think niggas, nah. Niggas can't do that. You're asking too much. I know it's fucked up. That ain't no time. That's not asking too much. I got it. Trust me. Man, that's not asking too much. I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You heard? Okay? Here's the thing, though. Here's your problem. Niggas can't do that. That's your biggest problem, okay? The fact that niggas can't do that. So it don't matter if they're not asking a lot, if the people you asking can't do it. Okay? These niggas was selling slaves. You talking about the shit niggas doing now? Watching a black man drown. Man, it was one slave memoir I read. This dude traveling through Africa. Because white people used to travel through Africa with just their walking cane and shit. Arabs, they walk through the jungle with a walking stick. That's it. They ain't worried about nothing. But niggas was getting captured and sold into slavery and shit. And there was other niggas doing it. So how would you, where's this great time? Niggas want to go back 8 gazillion years and shit to the year BC, before Christ and shit. 20,000 years before Christ and shit. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Look, you can't do this shit.
Racist, you got to separate from them too. Matter of fact, you need to separate from them quicker than you have to separate from the racist. Because it's enough you're fighting a racist every single freaking day. Then you got to deal with them in your own backyard, right? And I always advocate mass separation within the black community first, in order for us to even grow our community and deal with the outside forces that's trying to kill us all the time within our community. We get no relief. You got the race soldiers shooting you down. You got Caucasian John and Jane Q. Public shooting you down. And
He flipping it on the white folks. This suddenly becoming about white folk.
getting away with it. Then you have these thugs in our community shooting you down too, and they go to jail. Unlike the Caucasian, they don't really go to jail, but they go to jail. But the fact is, you're still not here anymore. So we have to have a mass separation. And I run into that problem with a lot of black people. Unfortunately, they like, well, man, you know, they could be our soldiers. Man, they ain't no soldier for nothing.
Yeah, that one right there. It's see the thing about it. A lot of things with black folk are counterintuitive. It makes sense. Yeah, I get it. Like, trust me, I get that notion. Like, man, these could be our soldiers. Man, I get that. Like, I don't think the black people who are like trying to give the thugs the last chance and just and doing anything to bring them along, because it's about to be a civil war, and it's not going to be a violent civil war. It's just going to be a cold war. But look, yeah, the it makes sense. They should be our soldiers. Can't do it, man. They just can't do it. They don't have it. Whatever it is that you need, they don't have it. They got the heart. They got the they got the toughness. They got the nastiness. They got the endurance. They can withstand being incarcerated for long periods of time and coming out and doing the exact same thing. They're like, you know what I'm saying? They're very dedicated and things like that. But I don't think, I just can't see it, man. Like, and I'm not speaking from, fuck, I ain't fucking, a drug kingpin or nothing, but I know a few things, man. Been a few places. Nah, niggas can't do that shit. Fuck no. They can't even protect the community. The only ones I seen like come in and like really shut shit down and get shit in order was the Nation of Islam. That's the only ones I seen. And I disagree with them fundamentally on a lot of things. I love Farrakhan, but I think he's a treasure. He's an American treasure. I don't agree with Islam on a lot of levels. Okay? That's just it. But what they're doing, they do great things. They're the only ones I seen, men. I'm talking about a group of men, not women, because this ain't a job for women. And that's what the thing about it, like, when you don't have a lot of, like, when there's a question about what manhood is and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, these boys are coming from a standpoint where they just do not respect authority. Cops and shit, cuss out cops. I cussed out cops before. I fucking threw shit at cops. Man, what? They don't respect authority, okay? There's no respect for authority. And there's definitely no respect for a man. If you like a real black man, it's like they kind of like hate you and shit. Young black men, they hate you. If you like a real man, like you're not like a thug, you're just a regular man, but a real man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even envision what does that look like, y'all, because y'all don't. Just a guy, but you a man. They hate that shit. They not used to being told what to do by no black man. They love their white coach, but they don't want no black men now. There are black coaches that can get respect, don't get me wrong. But not the undying loyalty like the motherfuckers got for Coach K and shit and Tom Izzo and them motherfuckers. You know?
They're killing black people. I have hatred for anybody who killed black people. Well, man, they didn't grow up without a father. There's a lot of black people that didn't grow up without a father.
Yeah, and that father thing, that's very detrimental. It affects things. I'm not gonna just shake my head at that. Y'all know I will not do that. I can't just shake my head at that one. That one is a very, 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 very. important thing. Okay?
And they turn out to be some great people, or the women turn out to be some great people. What's your next excuse? Well, they didn't have opportunities. Well, there's a lot of black people didn't have opportunities, and they still made something of themselves.
I don't think there's no black people that have opportunities. I think every black person in the United States have excellent opportunities. I don't agree with that. I think black people in America got it fucked up about how fucked up the rest of the world is. 54% of people still use the bathroom outside on the whole world. Like 50% ain't and don't even have clean drinking water. I mean, what the fuck, nigga? We talking about the basics. Most of the world make like $2 a day and shit, working and shit. Motherfuckers is abjectly poor. Okay? Abjectly poor. Niggas got it good, man.
Every excuse that you give for that degenerate behavior, there's black people that did the exact same thing in the exact same situations. Well, not everybody's the same. I understand that everybody's the same, but it's still not an excuse that I'm going to take from black.
Nigga, they got more excuses than that. You think that's it? I mean, and those were some good excuses. You could tell he a black man because he know exactly what niggas gonna say. When you a black dude, you can have a conversation with a nigga in your head. You don't even need a nigga. The nigga is just a fucking, bonus. Because you know what the nigga gonna say. They always gonna take a certain route with certain situations. Like this. Dang, they're gonna fight this, brother. You think these niggas gonna let you just... Nigga, so many of them took the thug route because it was treasured and prized in the community. Okay? It was a prized spot in the community. Oh my God. Okay? It was a prize thing. When I was coming up, it was the only way you could get attention as a child. Being some bad guy or some block standing guy. I was a good kid. Thanks to my mom. Over the years, that shit eroded like shit. That shit eroded, bro. So, I mean, you got these guys that became this because you saying it was good. Now you're saying it's a bad thing. So I understand both sides. Because, like, the black community embraced the fuck out of that thug shit. They embraced the shit out of that. I remember when Bone Thugs and Harmony first came out. You did? They don't get enough credit as a rap group. They kind of like glossed over in rap history. Them niggas is like one of the top 10 groups in hip hop history, period. Come on. From 1975 to now. Top 10. Easy. And look at what they promoted. You know? I saw the Havoc interview the other day on DJ Vlad. I was so disappointed. Havoc was like, man, I wasn't doing anything. I just was a good kid. Like, nigga, that ain't what you was rapping about, nigga. You wasn't rapping about being no fucking good kid. Fuck are you talking about? Nigga crazy, man. Havoc was like, well, you know.
Money laundering 101. So you come across a suitcase with $5 million in it. You gotta age it up, crumple it, drag it through the dirt. You mix the find. But his first.
Listen to this nigga. And think about his lyrics.
Drugs, shootings, killings, stabbings, and, you know, just shit of that nature.
Like, before you got into music, how involved were you in all that? Were you just mostly kind of to yourself?
Involved in, like, what exactly?
And all the street shit, and you know, the violence, the drugs, the crime.
I mean, for the most part, I was pretty neutral. You know, I tried my hand at a few things, you know what I mean? But I just realized that none of that shit was for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I tried to sell my little drugs and, you know, carry a few guns. But I just seen the way, you know, a lot of my friends was getting locked up and some of them killed. And that's something that I didn't really see for myself.
But then you became a rapper, which is almost as dangerous as fucking anything. I mean, nigga, I don't believe that shit. I mean, I believe what he's saying about if he wasn't involved in the street life like that. But he rapped about that shit, and he got in another lane where he could, you know, be involved in the street life. He still got the same thing. He still did the same thing. If you'd have told me that Havoc would have answered that question like that 20 years ago, I'd have been like, what? And Mobb Deep, that was like, well, these niggas, I thought you see these niggas might shoot you for looking at them funny. I ain't gonna lie, when you're a kid, kids really believe that shit. You think these little kids not believing these little young rappers and shit? Moneybagg Yo and NBA Youngboy and 21 Savage, you think they not believing that shit they saying?
People, I'm not going to do it. Because y'all talk about Trump coming in there and doing certain things. And I understand Chicago is not the #1 city in America of killing. Let's go ahead and establish that. It's not. That's just something the Caucasian media chose because of the President of the United States at the time period. Milwaukee have...
This how dumb niggas is. It don't matter whether Chicago the #1. Because they're going per capita. Per capita is taking in the fact that Milwaukee got like 300,000. Chicago got like 3 million. But most of the murders is going on in Inglewood and on the west side. That's a very small part of the city. You can go to Chicago and not even know that shit's going on. Word. I'm talking about not even have a clue. And go to all the places in Chicago that's on the fucking list or whatever tourist sites and not know that shit's going on, okay? All right. Okay? And that takes us back to, you know, the white acts that get to come to Chicago and don't have to check in. Or get to come to any black city and don't have to check in. As I told you about D.C., what happens here in D.C. when rappers come here? It oftentimes doesn't end well. You know? And I don't know anything about anybody paying anybody. I have no clue about any of that. But one thing I can tell you, WrestleMania was here the other day at the Verizon Center. I know they ain't paying no tribute. We got the Kennedy Center. We got all these arts and shit. We be getting motherfuckers like Yanni and shit coming here and shit. Motherfuckers playing the cello and shit. Motherfucker, the best goddamn tribal flutist and shit. Nigga be vicious with the tribal flute. The Adukaroo or some shit. What's that Australian shit? The Arikadu or some shit. That long ass. It's like a bass flute or something. Yeah. You got everything. Nobody pay nothing. Only ones that get fucked up when they come to DC is the black rappers. That's it. That's it. This is sad. And I know the way niggas gonna respond to it. Niggas ain't gonna be no kind of response to this. This should be outrage. The community should be outraged. This can't happen. We need town hall meetings. What the fuck is going on? That's how a normal community would handle this. What? Hold on. This can't happen. We're extorting. We own 1% of all the wealth in the country. And you can go to fucking Yvette Cornell and Dr. Boyce Watkins. They disagree completely on everything except for that. That's the only thing they agree on. White folk got 99% of the wealth and niggas got 1%. Okay? All right? And we're extorting each other to come to the city and perform. Okay, so I've never heard of any of this guy Jaquees' music. Never. May have, just didn't know it. But this how hard these niggas going. They going at R&B niggas. If I was a rapper, I'd be concerned about that. If I had a Chicago tour date on my schedule, I'm concerned about that. They trying to extort R&B niggas. Damn. They trying to extort R&B niggas.
Have more killings than Chicago. So understand that. Chicago's not number one. But the issue is for us, in order for us to do what we need to do, we got to have a mass separation. And the problem is, I have issue with a lot of our leaders not calling for a mass separation. We got to have it.
The leaders ain't going to call for it because they ain't going to be leaders no more if they call for it. Part of being a leader, a politician and shit like that is to, tell the people, lie to the people. Them niggas ain't going for no separation. They love that shit. We can't do
anything with carrying the local thug and the hyena hood rat. We can't do it. You get mad at me if you want to, but we can't do it. I love...
Nigga, that's one thing you can do. You have been doing that. I'll give you that. I disagree here. Nah, nigga, you have been doing that. Somehow, some way, y'all done had this bullshit going on in your community all this time, and you niggas is still here. So, it's an amazing thing. You got to give them credit for that. Endurance, the ability to endure and persevere. Blacks definitely have that. That's all that is. That's not motherfuckers was happy and loving it. It was just the way shit happened, and motherfuckers adapted to it. Okay? If you ever want to know about the black man's ability to adapt, just look at the N-word, nigger. What he's done with that, it just gives you, that's all I need to say. Black man is very adaptable, amorphous. He has good traits, formless, can take on any shape. I'll give him that. I will give the Negro that. Because I don't want to just bang on niggas. Niggas got, it's a lot of great things about niggas. But to eradicate this problem, you just can't do that. There's no way.
Black people to death. And loving you is telling you the truth. That's why I say you would want me to be in no kind of position of power where I can affect them. Because you better believe they'll be public enemy number one to me. Because I don't like what they do to black people. You lucky I'm not Trump. If I was, trust me, if I was the president, their days would be numbered. I'd carry every last one of them off to jail. They wouldn't be out there thugging no more. Now, I know someone will say, yeah, but what about them dropping guns in the black community, dropping drugs? Listen, I understand that. I know about that. Gary Webb talked about that and lost his life behind.
They talking about the video of that black guy saying, man, I swear one time I came in the alley and it was just a box of guns sitting there, right? So they're taking that and trying to, now the niggas is trying to say, well, like twist it, like that's how all this shit started. Like niggas just got boxes of guns and boxes of drugs. Now listen, okay? I'm not even just gonna go on my own personal history. I'm gonna go on Feds, Don Diva, all the documentaries I seen, Cocaine Cowboys, this, that, the third documentary, that's all I watched. American Gangster. Never heard none of them niggas talking about guns being dropped off. Now all of a sudden everybody had guns and drugs dropped off and the white man took advantage of their poverty and made them do, like. Now, I do know that, you know, those communities were ground zero for the drug trade. I'm not saying that, but motherfuckers was just dropping drugs off, leaving them in alleys and shit. Where is the documentation of this? Well, because what I really think happened is maybe, you know, somebody was running from the cops and ditched some shit in the alley, and this motherfucker found this shit. Like, well, fuck. I don't even think he was saying that the cops had did it or that anybody in government had did it. I think he was just saying that he found some guns and just didn't know how they got there. He was speculating. Now every nigga gonna try to act like for now, what? Man, they putting guns in our community. No, nigga, stop that shit. Stop that shit. See, niggas will take an excuse. You can't. That's why it's rough talking to black folk. Because they not only gonna make excuses, but if you give them, an inkling, you give a nigga, not even, I ain't even talking about like a major joint, like you give him a half a opening, he gonna take that motherfucking excuse and run with that shit.
Okay? But just because somebody drops something off don't mean you gotta pick up something and do it either. It's just that simple. And yes, I know in the grand scheme of time, that killing really started in the 80s up until now. We've gone hundreds and hundreds of years and never done anything like that. I understand opportunities are...
You see how this nigga conveniently forgets the slave trade? Okay? He conveniently forgets the Congo. No grasp of history. Nothing. Like, black people, we haven't been doing that. Nigga, what the fuck? You niggas was the ones catching the slaves over there. The white man couldn't get into the interior because of malaria. They didn't have the vaccine then. So the white man stayed, generally on the coast. They had explorers that went in, but, it was rough. Okay? All right? You were the ones catching the slaves. Okay? It was you. And selling them for trinkets and shit. Bangles. Look up bangles. Bangles is the word for today, okay? Because bangles was what they used in slavery.
Hard.
They gave slaves.
Plentiful, right? But understand something. Just because of that, we survived slavery. Why in the world are you going to resort to killing each other now? If anything, we should have been killing each other during slavery. Not now. Because they had brothers and sisters that had it way harder than what we got it now in some instances. But I hate to see this mess. I hate it.
You see how warped his perception of history is? Like, nigga, are you kidding me? It's some people who got it worse, nigga. Half the world got it worse than you, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? What's this guy talking about? All life was hell for everybody. You should have seen what they did to those people in the Sandwich Islands. They used to cut their heads off and shit and shrink them. Their heads became so prized an item that there was just like, because they tattoo their faces over there. That's those tribes in those islands that tattoo their faces. And white people started collecting their heads. Their heads were like ornaments and shit. Oh my God, they was just killing motherfuckers left and right. You know how much your head cost? Your head was worth something. So niggas was chopping heads and selling them to white folk for. And I'm just saying, I don't think these people who did this could get themselves out of this. The Manilas, there they are, yeah. Slave trade money. The Manila, the untold story behind Bangles, Manilas, a slave trade to the a slave trade money to the must-have jewelry, origin color. Okay, and they weren't gold; they were bronze and copper. Manilas are a form of money usually made of bronze or copper, which were used in West Africa. They were produced in large numbers in a wide range of designs, sizes, and weights, originating before the colonial period, perhaps as a result of the trade with the Portuguese Empire. Manilas continued to serve as money and decorative objects until the late 1940s, okay, and are still used as decorative objects in some contexts. In the popular consciousness, they are particularly associated with the Atlantic slave trade. Okay? That's what these niggas were selling you for. Alright? These things. The Portuguese were the first ones to get there. That's why Brazil, most of the slaves that left Africa went to Brazil. Only 10% of you niggas came here. Less than 10%. Not even talking about here, I'm talking about North America. Mexico, Canada, U.S. %10 of you niggas came here. Most of you niggas went down south. Or whatever. Yeah, this shit. That was the shit back in the day. For many parents with newborn children in the Caribbean, it is an expected gift. They don't even know the history of this shit. Yeah, if your husband had wealth, women would get it. The main purpose of the Manila, the trading and purchase of slaves, fostered a system where the incoming voyage of Europeans took Manilas to West Africa to obtain slaves, who were then taken to the Americas to live a life of bondage. And you expecting these, that's what I'm saying, like, you gotta know who you dealing with. You dealing with this motherfucker who was doing this. The price of a slave They valued the manillas. Okay, manillas are typically horse-shaped and flared in the ends. Africans from each region had names for each variety of manila and were very particular about the types they would accept. They valued the manillas by the sound they made when struck and used them as the dominant form of currency for many things, including everyday market purchases, bride, price, and burials. The main purpose of the manila, the trading and purchase of slaves, fostered a system where the incoming voyage of Europeans took manillas, which probably took them, they make those things for pennies. A fucking copper. This type of trinkets you buy at the fucking, you know what I'm saying, at the county fair and shit. This ain't no gold or no silver or no valuable thing. It was valuable to them. They put value on it, I guess. Niggas made it valuable. So it did have value. White folk, but it wasn't hard for white folk to make. That's what I'm talking about, manufacture. That's what I'm talking about, the value. That's like selling 5-cent gum for like, $20 and shit, cause some dumb motherfuckers put some value on it. You like, all right, I can just go to the store and get and buy $100 worth of 5-cent gum and go out here and make $1 million off you niggas. That's what I'm talking about. When I say, cause niggas did put value on these things, but they weren't valuable at, like, really. A constant reminder and a tangible symbol of slavery and the slave trade. Okay? The price of a slave valued in manillas varied depending on the time, place, and type being offered. Okay? So these motherfuckers is gonna get the thugs out the neighborhood. I don't think so, bro. Don't hold your breath, man. This ain't no secret either. Look at this. This ain't no secret. Okay? This ain't nothing where I just had to, they was selling you niggas for trinkets. Okay? Copper, bronze and shit. Easily produced, mass produced shit. It's everywhere. That's why they make pennies out of copper. It's everywhere. Not hard to find copper.
It makes me upset, and it can make you get to a point that you hate your own. That's why I say, don't dress like them idiots. Don't walk around here giving excuses for why your pants is off your behind. Don't give excuses that you shouldn't even model yourself to look nothing like them at all. We can't grow our community to be a great place and have those around. That's why I say the black people need to get together. I always said this. Get together and let them have them areas. Leave them behind. Buy land. Build their own houses, their own schools, grocery store, hospital. Build all their own stuff and start off from scratch. And don't you dare let Pookie and all them Ray and Man and all them other ones come to the new area. Keep them out of there. I don't care if they're your cousins. You can't come over here. We ain't having that. We want our place to be clean, our kids to enjoy themselves, like children should be able to enjoy themselves, not getting shot. No. And I'm not going to accept that as the norm, because that's abnormal to see something like this going on. We in our community must take a hard stance ourselves against this. And I know there are black people who are very ignorant. They're going to say, oh, in this video, Phil cooning. Man, you're a coon for wanting to sit there and advocate black people killing black people. That's more cooning than anything.
Actually, you're not. No, you're not. I never hear nobody call one of them niggas a coon. in any, manifestation of deaf nigga, whether it's a rapper, a thug, reality TV, it's like the nigga just, nah, the coon is the nigga like, I just said what you said. That's not true.
Thing to me, they working for the Klan. Why should the Klan go lynch you? Why? You doing it, you kill it, you doing it, you're on your own.
Klan ain't lynched a nigga in 59 years. That's a motherfucking terrible example. Niggas gotta stop doing that stupid shit, man. Klan ain't lynched a nigga in 59 years. No, they drugged that black man in Texas back in the 90s. Okay, fine. That was just some white guys. But if you want to say that was a Klan, fine, okay? So they ain't lynched the niggas since the 90s. Fuck. I keep talking about them like they a threat comparable to these niggas. That's what I'm talking about. Like, the rationale, the reason it would take to solve this problem, niggas don't have that. They can't do it. They can't even reason. They're comparing the Klan to what niggas is doing in the streets. Niggas is dropping bodies every fucking second of the day. If you really want to spread it out, a nigga probably get killed in this country, in the United States of America, every 10 minutes. Because you got all the cities. And it be the most subtlest cities. I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania a while ago. And I'm going back to Pennsylvania next week. They'll be in a couple of days to go to Scranton. It's a hood everywhere, man. Everywhere it's niggas. It's a hood. So if you look at all those little towns and all those big cities and all those counties across the United States and stick, even if a body don't get dropped in every one of those places every day, let's just say a body get dropped in every one of those places every week. That's a lot of niggas. Okay? All right? PG County, the richest black county in the fucking country. PG County, the richest black county in the fucking country, okay? The richest black county in the fucking country. They killing shit out there left and right. They bodying shit out there. On some real shit. Let me see if I can pull out the video. This was not too long ago. This the richest black county in the fucking country. Niggas here don't know that stat. You tell niggas here that stat, they be like, real? Niggas don't know that stat like that. It's the richest black county in the country. $12 homicides in PG County in 11 days. Nigga had to do a correction on the video because so many people was getting killed. I think he had the wrong number. Mother was like, it ain't 6 or 7. Then it was 9, 8, 7. It's not like, damn, motherfucker just getting popped off like that. And that's the richest black county in the country. Okay? All right? Okay? So, you can have all this faith. That's on you, bro. And I keep the faith, all right? You gonna try? I don't know. Peace.